Today we're going to make the best red velvet cake you've ever had. Alright, so for the red velvet cake you're going to need butter, granulated sugar, vanilla, 3 eggs, red food coloring, water, baking soda and salt, cocoa powder, vegetable oil, buttermilk, and cake flour. Alright, I'm just using shortening to grease the inside of my cake pans so that your cakes won't stick. Then after I've added a layer of shortening, I'm going to put down a parchment round. And I'm going to also grease over the top of that as added insurance. I'm just tapping the pan around so that the flour gets everywhere and coats all of the shortening. Be sure to bang the pan a few times to get all the excess flour out, and then you can either dump it out or save it for future cake dusting. So I'm just making a paste with cocoa powder, water, vanilla, and food coloring, and this is going to get added in later. Alright, so now we've got our cocoa red velvet pudding mixture. Is it weird that this looks kind of delicious to me? Alright, now I'm just whisking together my cake flour, baking soda, and salt. Alright, I'm just going to cream the butter until it's smooth, and then we're going to beat in the sugar. I'm going to add the granulated sugar. I'm going to beat this on high speed for 2 minutes. When your butter and sugar are creamed together, they should make like a wet, sandy mixture like this that's really cohesive. It shouldn't be like super dry and crumbly, and you shouldn't be able to distinguish the sugar from the butter. Alright, so my 3 large eggs have been in the sink under warm water so that they are room temp. I'm going to mix in the eggs for 4 minutes on medium-high. Alright, now we're going to add in that cocoa paste, or the red velvet pudding as I called it. Alright, as with most cake recipes, we're just going to alternate adding the flour and the buttermilk. And then before the flour is all the way mixed in, we're going to add the liquid. And the oil. And the last of the flour. Divide the batter between your 2 prepared pans and then bake at 350 degrees for 24 to 30 minutes. A toothpick inserted into the middle should pull out moist crumbs, and then you're going to let the cakes cool on the racks for about 10 minutes before you flip the cakes out to cool completely. Ta-da. While the cakes are cooling, we're going to make the frosting. We're going to start by creaming 3/4 cup of softened salted butter. Now we're going to add 16 ounces of cream cheese and beat that with the butter until they're combined and smooth. Alright, I'm going to add the powdered sugar gradually so we don't make a huge mess. I'm also going to add the vanilla and salt and a little bit of milk if you need it to help the powdered sugar incorporate, but if you're using a stand mixer, you likely won't need this. Then add the rest of your powdered sugar and mix until everything is smooth and combined. No sifting required. Add a dollop of frosting to your cake stand so the cake doesn't slide around while you're frosting it, and then use a piping bag if you want to make sure you get a really even layer of frosting, and then just smooth it with an offset spatula. This is really easy though. Tap everything up. Are you ready? Then we're going to carefully add the top layer of cake. We're going to seal the edges together with more frosting and spread that around to make sort of a crumb coat. And then we're going to chill that for a few minutes before we frost the top. And then use your excess frosting to create pretty swirls on top of the cake. Cake assistant not included. Ta-da! And here's our beautiful red velvet cake. Look at those layers. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to follow Blue Bowl Recipes and subscribe for more delicious desserts that you can easily make at home, and happy baking!